I had a hard time with my husband going through the changes to the Max Track programs when he graduated and then started teaching in the mentoring program. I had a hard time because I didn't have anything to teach me or to guide me or to walk me through the changes he was going through, and I found myself a little resentful.
A friend of mine was actually he had started the men's ministry, Max Tracks, and he was telling me about his book that he was going through, and I kept saying, man, I wish there was a women's group that was like that. That would be awesome.
But what I want that time was the anointed that I saw in my husband's life when he was into the men's ministry.
And I was at a point in my own life that I knew I needed something more. I was desperate for something more. And so I was like, okay, great, but I wasn't too happy it was all women.
I wasn't too big on going to a class with a bunch of women. Wasn't quite sure what to expect.
Most of the time when you come into to female groups or anything like that, it tends to be tea parties or gossiping, things like that.
When I first came to class, I was kind of lost, so I didn't really know. I just felt like I was going around in a circle like a hamster. Didn't really know what my purpose, life, or anything like that.
I thought it was just going to be a Bible study, to be honest. We were just going to go through the Bible, which was good for me. I definitely thought that I was going to just, grow in the Bible, maybe memorize scripture more.
But I didn't expect to find lifelong friends, people that will be there for me, and things to help me when times are really tough.
It just brought forth the idea that instead of saying Krista did this, it was God's doing this. It's God. It's all about Him.
What I realized is being a Kingmaker is more than just being a great wife for my husband. It's impacting all the people that are around me.
It's just the character of each woman. It's just, they bring something unique. You build friendships. You get closer to Christ. You learn so many different tools.
I have a group of women now that I trust so much, that I am so close to.
He surrounded me with incredible girlfriends. And I always joke and say that, they would bail me out of jail, but I mean that. No questions asked. I could pick up the phone and someone would come and get me.
The forgiveness is my favorite because I get to put it into practice with my family right now.
God has shown me that I was, trying to imitate everybody else, but He's created me to be me. He wants me to be Crystal, and He's created me to be strong and happy and to know that I'm loved by Him, to know that I can receive His grace every day.
I think that I have made strong bonds with a lot of people in the class that I think are lifelong friendships now.
Ever since I started taking this class, I've grown stronger in the Lord.
I got anointed. And what I noticed after that, one of the women that I had helped pray for, she and I became so close.
Knowing that Jesus really loved me, and that no matter how I feel, like with my physical conditions I'm having, that He loves me, and I learned that through the discipleship program.
God has always told me, if you're willing to fight for these women, we will break walls down.
Can you imagine joining us on this journey, banding together and becoming the women that God has purposed to change this earth? Can you imagine the change that we can make as a team? Can you imagine all of us united in one voice and in one heartbeat? We will make a difference. The generations will be blessed. Our families will be healed. Our husbands will be honored, and our pastors will be lifted up. Our communities will be successful because we realize this is the season of our significance. This is the time for us to shine. This is the time for us to serve others.
If you want something that's going to change your life forever, take this ride.